Celebrity Style Inspiration.
Hi CSIers, this is the Manila Times Celebrity Style Inspiration. Our entertainment and lifestyle pages come to life across the Manila Times digital platforms. Ako po si Tessa Mauricio Ariola, and we've got another exciting episode ready for you. So let's get started right now.
CSI Celebrity Style Inspiration. CSI Celebrity Style Inspiration.
First off, let's take a look at this week's winners and downers. The first Miss Universe Philippines was crowned at the beginning of the week under the pageant's new organization. She is Rabia Matteo of Iloilo, who was crowned by last year's Binibining Pilipinas Universe Gazini Ganados. Rabia is a 23-year-old lecturer based in Manila with a degree in physical therapy. Besides bagging the main title, she also won Best in Swimsuit, a brand new car, and Plum endorsement deals. This Filipina-Indian teacher's advocacy is education and truly impressed the judges in not one but two rounds of Q&A portions. The inaugural Miss Universe Philippines Coronation Night was recorded live in Baguio City, strictly following the new normal rules for production. It was streamed Sunday morning and aired over GMA Network on Free TV. For moviegoers, a downer was the announcement that the Metro Manila Film Festival has no other choice but to stream its 2020 edition, what with the threat of COVID-19 still looming around the world. Organizers MMDA, Globe Telecom, and Upstream Incorporated, however, see this development as a winner because despite the pandemic, Filipino families can nonetheless enjoy this Christmas tradition, albeit digitally, this year. What's more, the public's biggest win in this streaming setup is that an entire family can watch every entry for just 250 pesos. Tipid, diba? Says the MMDA, even the Parade of Stars and Gabi ng Parangal will go on as usual, also via streaming. A downer was veteran artist and iconic director Al Quinn's passing on October 24. Before becoming a theater, film, and TV director, Al Quinn was a successful dancer and choreographer and also dabbled in the visual arts. After seeing him on stage, actor Pancho Magalona discovered Al Quinn and asked him to perform in his next film. And from there, his successful history in showbiz happened next. Al Quinn is known as the genius behind Disco Fever and Jack and Jill and John. Always rounding off with a winner, let's go back to a few weeks ago when news of singer-actor Khalil Ramos's transfer to GMA Network was welcomed with great positivity online. After 9 years under Star Magic, Khalil remains so grateful for all he had learned and achieved at ABS-CBN and can't wait to start this new chapter in his career. Now we've got all the details to that, including sharing the same network with Gabby Garcia, his girlfriend. But hanggang dito na lang muna for details because we're going to have Khalil himself on CSI very soon. And that's it for this week's winners and downers. We'll be back with CSI Watchlist. It's Halloween in 2 days' time, so don't just pick up any old movie to watch this weekend. Get this tip from our Manila Times pop culture columnist and reviewer, Karen Kunawix, whose favorite holiday is Halloween.
Hello, everybody. It is Thursday, October 29. You're watching CSI. This is Watchlist, and I'm Karen with this week's Watchlist recommendation. Now, it's probably expected that, during Halloween, we recommend horror films, but horror films are out year-round. When the cinemas were open, on TV, you have horror TV series, and there's no lack of horror on streaming services. So, I won't go that expected route. Everybody just watches horror. It's a really popular genre, even more so now. I'm going to recommend a film that the whole family can watch. It's kind of silly, don't expect too much. But yes, the whole family can watch it. Lola, the kids. you if you just want to park your brain at the door. But it's like you're kind of watching a Christmas holiday film. It's just that it's a Halloween film. I'm talking about Netflix's Hubie Halloween, with Adam Sandler. The last time we saw Adam Sandler, he was in the critically acclaimed Uncut Gems, but now he's in a comedy again, like the way we're used to seeing him, like in movies like 50 First Dates, The Wedding Singer, Happy Gilmore, Don't Mess with the Zohan. He plays a character called Hubie Dubois. He's really, really helpful. He's like a community volunteer. He's a sweetheart, kaso lang takutin siya. He scares easily, which means everybody just loves to prank him because he's sweet. He doesn't really like fight back. He continues to help people despite being pranked. And he just wants everybody to be safe in his town of Salem, Massachusetts. But he wants them to be extra safe on the town's most important holiday, which is Halloween. However, mysterious disappearances start to happen around Halloween. And, guess who comes to the rescue? None other than Hubie. So you'll get to see some, comedy favorites like Ben Stiller, Rob Schneider, who I don't think we've seen him in a while. Steve Buscemi plays a werewolf, and it's my favorite character. There are also some like surprise appearances, like I won't spoil it. You'll probably just see them as we watch the film. So yeah, just get your candy, park your brain at the door, and maybe watch something with the family. And don't forget to brush your teeth. Happy Halloween. Take care. Stay safe. This has been Karen for CSI Watchlist. Bye.
Her fans call her Queen, which is indeed a very fitting title for our famous guest tonight. Over the years, we saw her mature into a competent actress on TV and the movie screens, but, and we actually know this, there's another thing that this strong and talented woman is very passionate about: music. And that's what we're going to talk about because it's definitely what's making her star shine more brightly this year. CSIers, let's welcome to the T-Zone the one and only Nadine Lustre. Yay! Hi, Nadine!
Everyone. Hello,
Hi.
Thank you so much for having me, Tessa.
And thank you so much for making time in your very busy schedule for the Manila Times CSI. I know it's been a very exciting week for you, but because it is going to be Halloween in just a couple of days' time. But Halloween is also going to be very special for you this 2020 because it will be the official launch, of your full album, of course. And we would like to ask you to tell us a little bit about that, no? Unang-una, the title of your album, Nadine, is
Wildest Dreams.
Wildest Dreams, no? And syempre kami, we've all watched you mature into this wonderful artist, multi-talented artist at that. But in the earlier days, diba, ang music mo medyo pop, a little bit bubblegum pop, of course, when you were a teenager.
Yes.
When did you decide to actually move into a more R&B and EDM genre under Careless Music?
I guess I would say back in the day, kasi you were right. I was in a girl group called Pop Girls. It was very pop, very bubblegum pop, cutesy and all that. But I guess what made me decide to do like a little bit serious when it comes to music, when I started Careless. Before, kasi I was really into music, but I wasn't I wasn't knowledgeable when it came to like making music. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know how to write. I tried writing back then, but then I wasn't really super successful, so I just wanted to forget about it. But then eventually, because I'm being in Careless, everyone is so talented, everyone can write, everyone is so good when it comes to music. So in a way, meron din siyang konting pressure na parang I have to kailangan makisabay ako, kailangan I also know how to write, kailangan I also know how to do these things. And it's really them who inspired me to make music and to get back into it. Kasi I know that we would do music before For movies, me and James, it was always like a duet kind of thing, but it wasn't. I wouldn't consider it as my music because it wasn't something that I wrote or it wasn't something that we produced. So yeah, it's really because of Careless. It really pushed me and inspired me to make more music.
And when you were preparing for this album, was it during the lockdown, or had you been preparing for it even before the pandemic hit?
We started working on it back in September, I think, or October. The first song that we worked on was "Complicated Love." What happened there was I was watching TV. I was watching a series, and then my friend, one of my producers, Calvin, for the album, he came over and then he was showing us some beats. And then there's one beat that I really liked, and I asked him for it. And then wala lang, but I just started listening to it, and then I started writing a verse. So eventually, we finished the song. We finished the song this year na, kasi that song, it's a duet. It's me and James. So he finished writing to the song this year now when we started working on the album, like seriously. But yeah, last year pa konti-konti lang, but the idea talaga of the idea came to me last year pa. Even the name Wildest Dreams, because I remember I was even talking to Curtis Smith. I even talked to him last year, and I asked him, like, do you think it's a cool idea to name it Wildest Dreams, blah blah blah. And I gave him like ideas, and I told him like what the inspiration of the album was gonna be about. Binigyan ko na siya ng details, but this year we had a lock-in. That's when we really started working on the album seriously. So it was parang 2 weeks of locking in, and then yung iba kasi, some of the other songs were not written by me. It's by Marcus Davis and Calvin, also my producer. So yeah.
Well, going back, we'll go back to Wildest Dreams as a title of your album. But going back to that September when you said you finally wrote yung una-unahan mong verse, how did it feel that you finally got to write that down?
It felt really good kasi the pinaka first song that I wrote, it's in the first Careless mixtape. It's called I Like It, which was back in 2018, I think. 2017. Sorry, it was back in 2017. So it's been a really long time since I last wrote something. Yung first verse na nasulat ko last year, parang ang tagal ng gap nila parang years din eh. So I was really happy kasi at least I still got it, and I know na finally I can really write. Kasi I've always doubted myself when it comes to writing, na feeling ko talaga I couldn't do it, but yeah, I really just had to stop doubting myself and really try to do it.
That's great. So nowadays, anytime something might hit you, or like that one, you were inspired by a beat, no? But as artists, every day meron kang maririnig, may makikita ka. Nowadays, ba may biglang dumarating na lang since you've unlocked that songwriter in you again?
Always. Every time I see something that's very inspirational, it can be a movie or it can be from another song. Kasi like when I listen to like songs, sometimes like I get ideas from it also, not because of like the sound or the lyrics in the song, but like a certain memory, a specific memory. So yun, and then trips. Then most of my songs in Wildest Dreams are actually Wildest Dreams. Mismo, the single is inspired by a hiking trip. So it really depends what I see. So I have my phone all the time. I just write whatever it is that I think about or I feel.
So if we can go back to the title and if you can talk a little bit about that hiking trip, why did you call the album Wildest Dreams? And also after that, sabi nila kasi we've heard that it's going to be a very visual album, and if you could elaborate on what that means. So first of all, Wildest Dreams, the hiking trip.
Yeah, okay. I decided to call it Wildest Dreams kasi first of all, I dream vividly. So every time I wake up, I always remember my dreams, and I always write them down. And I do believe that that our dreams are messages from our higher self, inner self, or like our unconscious mind. It's pretty much, parang I believe that it's pretty much them telling us now, okay, you have these things that you don't want to think about, I know, but habang natutulog ka, will give you that and will remind you that you have to deal with all these things. So I do believe that those are parang guide. Dreams are guides or like advice or like messages. So yung nag-hike kami kasi back in 2017. Sorry, medyo weird na kasi yung memories ko with the years. But yeah, when we had that hike, it was a new experience. But that hike was just like climbing up that mountain. I think the mountain is called Mount Ampukaw, if I'm not mistaken. It's in Sagada. It's really a very memorable trip, and yung lyrics kasi nung Wildest Dreams na song, I have photos to show to everyone. But I'm gonna show everyone eventually. But meron kasing mga photos din yun. So every time I think about that trip, I think about the lines. I think about the song Wildest Dreams.
Now, today though, if I could ask you, what would be your wildest dream?
Travel again.
Travel again. I think that's everybody's, no? Who would have thought na magiging wildest dream natin to travel again? But I'm sure eventually we'll get there. For my next question, obviously it took you 5 years. You said earlier, no, that even your songwriting took a little bit of time until you sort of got into the groove again, no, and getting into music again. And this time as a solo artist, it took several years, about 5 years before this album came up. Bakit nung time na yon hindi mo masyadong naisip ang music, or what was going on that prevented you from going into your music as you are now, very actively and very passionately?
Music has always been it's always been there. It's just that, in showbiz kasi, or in my career kasi, I was always acting, I was doing other things, so I didn't really think about that. And the fact that I've always been scared to write since I tried writing before and I wasn't really successful, so parang natakot na ako and I started doubting myself na I can't. When it's about writing, like, I don't want to talk about it, bahala na, I don't want to try it. So it's not until Careless happened, kasi may inspire ka talaga. Everyone around you they're all writing, they're all such good musicians, and syempre I'm also in the group, so I have to step up and I have to really try.
Iba rin yung feeling, yung creative talaga yung lahat ng tao around you when it comes to music.
There's definitely pressure, but at the same time, they're also pushing you up. They were also very supportive, especially Brett and James. They would always tell me, na, why don't you just try? There's no harm in trying. Just try writing. At least try writing like lines, or basta everything that you're feeling, everything that you're seeing, and eventually you're gonna get the hang of it, and eventually you'll write a song. So,
and you have an entire album, although not all by you, but a lot of songs by you. Pero ano yung feeling ng nakakapag-release ka nung feelings mo in song ngayon at this point in your life? How does it feel that you're able to do that?
I guess with me kasi, with the album, I really just want to inspire my listeners, inspire all the fans as well. Mainly just to show vulnerability to everyone and let everyone know that I'm also feeling these things, and I'm also going through, that I'm like you, I'm like everyone else. Like I have bad days and I have good days as well.
And which among your songs do you think describes how you are right now, how Nadine is right now? And if you can tell us about that single as well.
Best describes me right now, I guess I would say Dance with Danger.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that's the first track in the album. Yeah, that's the first track in the album. There's a line kasi there that says, get ready because I'm ready. Because right now I'm just really, I'm ready to show everyone who the real Nadine Lustre is. Kasi with everything that I was doing before, I was always doing roles. There was no space for me no chance for me to show everyone who I really am as a person and as an artist, because I always have to portray these roles and I always have to, be a certain person. But for this one, all I have to do is really just be myself and show everyone, what I was going through, vulnerability, and then yeah, just show them who I really am. And with this album talaga, I can definitely say that people will get to know me even more.
So today, what do you consider music is for you? What does it do for you? And how important is it in Nadine Lustre's life right now?
Music kasi, it triggers a lot of emotions. Every time I listen to it, I would listen to, say, I would listen to any song and it would trigger, like, I was listening to Adele earlier and it was, I really felt a bit, hindi naman sad, but I don't know, it's nice to be able to relate to music, and it's also nice to, ganun kasi ako when I'm feeling something, I like listening to certain types of music. Like when I'm happy, I like listening to pop or EDM. It's really just being able to connect with the artist as well. And I love music. I don't know if I can live without music, to be honest.
And from here, where do you think you want to take your music career? I mean, this is obviously a big deal. It's your first full album, no? Before, we probably had you in mga various artists collection for a movie and something like that. Pero ngayon, unang-una na talagang si Nadine lang to. Where do you want to take your music from here on?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. It's really so hard to plan. I used to be the kind of person who likes envisioning like what I want to happen, but because of everything that happened this year, it's so hard to, we'll see. But I really, like, I poured all of my emotions and my heart out in this album, and really I just want everyone to enjoy the album and the visual album as well.
What's the visual album? If you can talk a little bit about that, no? How is it a visual album? Because obviously this is something new that you guys are offering, especially for your album.
Pretty much, we decided on doing the visual album mainly as a treat na lang to the fans, because I haven't done anything this year because of the pandemic na, and we wanted to give them a little something para naman in a way masaya naman sila, and it also, I guess, accompanies the music as well to help everyone understand it even more, because it's easier when there's when it's the music and then the visuals as well.
Well, obviously, if this weren't the time of the pandemic, I'm sure we'd probably be excited not to see Nadine in a concert at some point. Now, have you imagined that? Is that part of your wildest dream, maybe to do the big dome or the MOA? O sa ngayon, hindi mo pa talaga naiisip yung mga bagay na yon because of how life has turned for all of us? Ano sa tingin mo? Gusto mo rin yun? Yeah.
For sure. I of course, I want to perform all my songs, since I haven't really done it before. I'm sure we'll be able to do something or to figure out something. A lot of artists now, they're having
Online,
live
diba?
stream concerts.
Yeah.
I actually just watched one last night and it was really good, and I don't mind doing that. Kahit live stream lang, I don't mind, as long as I get to perform to everyone. That's all that matters.
And I'm sure your fans would be thrilled, to have that in time for the album as well. Earlier on, you were saying that there are songs that you duetted with James, of course, at meron din kayong mga collaborations. But is he also technically the producer of Wildest Dreams, or he is really? So how is he as a producer?
Hands-on. He's super hands-on on the album, since ako nga, like, I don't know anything about the production, about producing. So he was really hands-on, and I would say that it's him talaga and Brett and my three producers. They were really the ones who, how do you say this, who molded, like, the sound. Because I really don't know anything about it, so I was songwriting lang. But I trust them, and the album turned out pretty good.
So as a producer, is he motivating, inspiring, or is he very strict? Which one?
A little bit of both, I guess. Because there are things that I would want in the album, but like sometimes, like, I have ideas, but not all of it works. Mm-hmm. So they would tell me talaga na we don't think it's gonna work, so we shouldn't do it, or But yeah, a little bit of both. Balance naman.
Yeah. And well, another thing that we heard about your album, and a very interesting part about it, is hindi lang siya an album that you will release, but it's also out there to do something good, no? I believe that you've partnered with a certain foundation, no, to make the most of this album and make it mean more than just your songs, no? If you can tell us a little bit about that endeavor, Nadine, please.
Yeah, actually, we're planning a lot of things with Young Focus. I wouldn't say any details about it yet, but definitely, we would want to give back to Young Focus, especially now. Like, times are hard, so we're still on the planning stage, but eventually we'll reveal to everyone our plans.
Can you tell us a little bit about Young Focus, the Young Focus Foundation,
Yes,
and how you came across it?
Yeah, I've actually been there once, and it's the kids of Tondo, and they have teachers there, and they actually help them with education.
Okay. All right. Well, that's really great to know, and I think a lot of help will be going their direction. And I think,
Yes.
diba, what's wonderful is you're making your dream come true. You're enjoying putting your music out there. At the same time, makakatulong ka pa sa mga fans mo rin. I'm sure a lot of those kids in there. Yeah. All wonderful, and great that it's happening now, even if things aren't the way they used to be, no? I just wanted to ask you, how have you been through obviously very busy through the pandemic, but these days, how are you and what's running through your mind?
I can't wait. Like, it's almost the 31st. Konti na lang. Malapit na mag-launch yung album. So I'm really just excited. Everyone has been so busy working on, the marketing and all the launch, and all the content that we need to put out. We're all just really grateful kasi kahit na pandemic, the music wasn't really affected. Like, everything went so smoothly, even our shoots. So we're just really blessed and thankful.
So if you can please invite them, Nadine. Obviously, it's is there going to be a physical copy of the album, or is it really going to be digital now?
It's all just going to be on digital. So the album is coming out on the 31st. It's coming out on Spotify. You can stream it there. It's on Apple Music as well. It's on Deezer, Amazon Music. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on SoundCloud, Tidal. And the visual album naman is coming out on the 31st as well on the Careless YouTube account. That's at 9 p.m. October 31. I'm excited for everyone to see it, and I hope you all like it.
We heard that ang dami nang nagpa-reserve ng copies of the album. I don't know how you call it when it's a digital copy, but I heard that the line
Pre-save, pre-order, I think.
Order. Oh, how many have you had so far, and how has that made you feel?
I don't really know how much we have now, but I see a lot of posts about it, and just everyone's raving about it. Everyone is so excited. We launched the trailer of the visual album last Saturday, and everyone was just blown away because of the visuals. And I would thank Zupraxi for that. I'm just really excited. Everyone is so excited. Na-miss talaga nila ako. That's all I can say.
I'm sure they have, as we have, and we're so happy that you're able to join us today and share with us this really, really important milestone in your career. And we congratulate you in advance for October 31, the big day. So once again, maybe a final message to our viewers of the Manila Times CSI, Nadine.
Thank you, guys. Of course, thank you, Manila Times, for having me. Thank you all for tuning in. So on October 31st, it's going to be a big day, aside from it being my birthday as well. The album is coming out, and the visual album is also coming out. Check out the Careless Instagram account for more details.
Okay, well, in advance, happy birthday to you, Nadine.
Thank
once
you.
again, congratulations, and we look forward to more achievements in your music career. So, salamat po sa lahat ng nanood. This is the T-Zone on CSI with Nadine Lustre. Thank you very much, Nadine. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much. And that's it for this special edition of the T-Zone with Nadine Lustre. We thank her for coming to the show and Careless Music for making our one-on-one possible. We've also come to the end of tonight's episode of the Manila Times Celebrity Style Inspiration. Thank you very much to Christina, Isa, Nika, and Neil for getting another Season 3 episode ready for you. Special shout-outs go to our CSIers, Edison Gonzalez, David San Jose, Ken B. Activity, Rain on Me 81, Alexa Mercado, and all the many others who have been reaching out to us on Twitter and Facebook. Do keep them coming, and we promise to work hard on your celebrity requests. For now, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on our social media accounts, which will be flashing right after the credits. See you next Thursday, CSIers. Salamat and bye! Hi CSIers! Don't forget to subscribe and follow us for more episodes of the Manila Times CSI. See you!